Here's my audience. The world may not change if you adopt a child, but for that child, their world will change. Adoption is the act of legally taking another child and bringing it up as your own. Today, I will educate you on why adopting a child is a positive, life-changing event and its many benefits for the child and family. There are more than 125,000 children waiting to be adopted from foster cares in the United States. Adoption can be a long and complicated journey, but many adoptive parents will tell you it's worth every minute. Adoption can have many positive outcomes on the birth and adoptive parents, as well as the child being adopted. According to YouGov America, 25% of Americans have family or friends who were adopted. New York Times states that there are 440,000 children in the foster care system. These children are mostly over the age of 8 and suffer from trauma and neglect. There are 3 different forms of adoption. You can choose to do domestic infant adoption, which means you are there when the baby is born, international adoption, which is adopting a child from a different state, and foster care adoption, which is adopting a child around the age of 8 years old. According to A Child's Hope, before adopting, a good piece of information is knowing how much it will cost you. An adoption can range anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000, depending on what kind of adoption path you choose to take. Overall, the satisfaction with adoption is how much adoption can have a positive outcome for a child's life. According to American Adoption, in 2007, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services did a study on adopted children. With this research, they concluded that 85 of adopted children were in excellent health. 68 of adopted children were read to every day versus the 48 non-adopted children. 73% were sung to and told stories to versus 59%. And more than half of the adoptees were reported to have excellent performance in reading, language arts, and math. All for Kids states that there was research conducted in 2015 that shows that adopted children are more likely to have a disability. Adoptive parents are more likely to seek medical treatment than their biological parents would have. Overall, adoption gives parents a hopeful opportunity to raise a child and also provides a loving and stable environment for children who are in need. We can visualize the benefits of giving a neglected child a stable home that can change them entirely. What happens if we don't make these changes? We watch as those who age out of the foster homes' lives plummet in the real world. Adoption in Children's Time states that 44% of children who are placed in foster care are likely to be arrested at least once in their lifetime. In many states, research has proven that an estimated 80% of inmates spent their childhood in a foster care system. Children who are out of the foster care system tend to face numerous difficulties. They are at an increased risk of being involved in crime. Making the change by creating a positive atmosphere in your home will increase an empowering statement of the future for not only your new child, but also your other members of your family. Making lifestyle changes and enforcing the rules will focus on good health and well-being. Your adopted child is not the only one that can be impacted by these changes. It can also impact your well-being and home life. In conclusion, I think once everyone is at the right time in their life to have a child, they should consider adoption. It is easy to apply to become an adoptive parent, and just doing it, this application can change someone's life drastically.